friends, I'm Karavi and welcome to my channel Creative Cat. Before starting, I would request you to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for all latest updates. So, today I'm going to show you all some basic but useful text formatting ideas in Excel which will not only help you in your day-to-day working but also make your Excel sheet look interactive and organized. So, let's start. Firstly, we will talk about cases. There are mainly three cases in Excel, namely upper, lower, and proper. So we'll talk about each one of them in detail. So let's learn about the upper case first. So what the uppercase does is that it changes all the characters to the uppercase or in a capital. So I'll take an example of my name only. I'll write it here. Okay, so I'll type the formula which is equals to upper bracket open. So the Excel is asking me to give the text which is required in each and every in most of the functions which we use in Excel. So I'll give the cell reference which is H1 and I'm going to close the bracket or click the tab. So as you can see here that all the characters which is KAIRAVIE, KAPOOR has changed into capital form. Here you can see that they are in a proper form and the Excel has changed my name in an uppercase. So similarly, if I type the lower function formula, then the cell reference, it will change my name from the proper case to lower case. As you can see that all the letters including the both case have been changed to the lower case. And the best of these all is the proper function. So while typing we may have not given attention to how we are typing the letters. So what this proper function do is that it changes the text from any case that we are writing into a proper case which is also taught in the English typing. The first letter of every word will be in capital form and all the rest of the other characters will be in lower. Now we'll move to other text functions which look simple but when they are applied they make wonders to the Excel data. So let's learn about the left, right and mid functions. Left, right and mid. So the left function enables us to pull any number of characters from the left side. So if I put the formula equals to left bracket open. So now the Excel is asking the text again. I'm going to give this text to you. And now if I give a comma, it's asking me for the number of characters to be pulled. So for example, I'll give 6 and then I'll close the bracket. So as you can see that the Excel has pulled the first 6 letters of this text into another cell. in the same way, right function allows us to pull any number of characters from the right side. So this is the formula. Cell reference, comma. Suppose I give 11. So you can see that the Excel has pulled the 11 characters from the left side of my name, which is from the R. I want to tell you one thing, that Excel recognizes the space as a character. So if I would have not put the space between the the word, it would have taken R as well. But since I've given a gap between these two words, excuse me, it has taken the space as a character as well. Now let's move to the mid function. So what the mid function is does that it pulls the given number of characters from the starting point given by us. It doesn't have a particular starting point of its own. Like in the left function, the letters are pulled from the left side, and in the right function they are pulled from the right side. But in the mid, we have to give a starting point, like I want to start from 2. So this is the I type mid, and it's asking for the text. Now as you can see, if I put the comma, the start number has been highlighted by the computer. So I'll have to give a starting point, which I'm going to give as 4. And I'm going to put another comma, and now I'll have to give the number of characters I'll have to put. So suppose I give 4 only. And if I enter, it's going to take only the 4 characters from the fourth character. What I mean is that the 4th letter in this text is R. And I've told the computer to pull only 4 characters from this letter, and so it has taken till I. Another function commonly used in Excel is concatenate function. Concatenate function. So what does this concatenate function do is that it joins the text in 2 or 3 selected cells. So if I write my name separately, like AAI, and in the next cell I write KAPR. So it's going to join these 2 cells if I selected them, like equals to concatenate tab. Now it's asking for text 1. The first text that I would like to give is I1, and I put a comma. Text 2 is I3, and then if there is any other text you can also add, but I only have 2 texts, so I'm going to put the bracket and press enter. So you can see that the Excel has joined these 2 texts in only one cell, but there is no space between Karavi and Kapoor. So how am I going to add the space? I'm going to add the gap by putting an ampersand sign, which is on top of the numerical 7 on the keyboard. So the formula will be a little changed. Equals to the first text, which is Karavi. And then I put the ampersand sign by clicking the shift and the number 7. Then I put an inverted comma, space, the second inverted comma, again the ampersand sign, and then the second text. I press enter, and now you can see the space between these two names. First, what we did is that we simply wrote the concatenate function, but the results came without the gap. So for obtaining the gap between the two texts of the two cells, we have to put the first equals to sign, first text, ampersand sign, a space between two inverted commas, again the ampersand sign, and then the second text. The next important function in len is the len function. It's the short form of length. So it gives the length or the number of characters in the selected text. So, like if I'm putting the formula, and now the Excel is asking for the text. So what he'll do with the text is that it's going to count all the characters in the text. I give the cell reference, close the bracket, and press enter. So as you can see, if we count KAIRAVIE with the space KAPOOR, we'll find that the number of characters is 15. As I have told you previously, the Excel also recognizes the space as a character. Now, as I have told you that the space is recognized as a character in cell, we sometimes give some extra space between text which is unwanted. So, how are we going to remove this extra space which is not wanted? Yes, there is another function in Excel which removes the extra space given by mistake by typing. So it is known as the trim function. Trim function itself says that it trims something. So it trims the extra space given. Suppose if I put an extra space 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I write a word. So you can see that I've given too much space before the word apple. So how am I going to remove this? It'll take a lot of time to go to the cell and then use the backspace key to delete the space. But the trim function will do this for us. The formula for this is equals to trim, bracket open, the text, and so you can see that the space here, the given space here has been trimmed in this cell. So what the trim function basically do is that if we use the trim function, it will trim any unwanted space before the word or in between the word. Moving on, we have a find function which helps us to find any character in the selected text. So if we want to find a character, like suppose if we have filled the whole Excel sheet, we are not going to we'll not be able to find the a particular word that we want, or so it will take a lot of time to find a particular word in the whole Excel sheet. So what this find function do is that it finds any word given, any word, letter, or we can say character in the whole Excel sheet. So I'll write the formula for find, which is equals to find, bracket open, and now I'll have to enter a find text. I'll have to tell the Excel that which is the character that I'll have to find. suppose I'll find B. I put the letter B into inverted commas, put a comma, and I'm going to give the cell reference in which I want to find. So I give H1, and it's not necessary. And if we give a comma, it shows a start number as well. It's not always necessary to give a start number, but if you want to give, you can. Oh, sorry, I put an extra comma. So as you can see that this find function has given me the place, the position of the letter V in this text, that is 6. Now that we have completed find, let's move to the substitute function. So what a substitute function does for us is that it replaces a given alphabet with the text that is entered in the formula. But remember that the substitute function only replaces one character in the text given. So I'll write the formula. Substitute. Now I'll have to give the cell reference in which the text is. I'll have to give the text which I want to replace. Like you can give any two characters or 3 characters, but mainly the Excel doesn't take more than 5 characters for the substitute function. Now I put the comma and I'll tell the Excel to replace this double O with U. So I press enter, and as you can see in this first name, in my surname, there is double O, but in when I use the substitute function to substitute this double O to U, it has changed the double O into U. So if you want to change any character in a text, you can use the